You ain't got no choice. You gotta appear in somebody's bowl game. That's a simple ask. We're not giving you $11 million to sit down and lay an egg, okay? Eggs prices are high, but they're not $11 million, okay? Coach Prime has done it again. He's breaking the internet with his new $54 million contract. Everybody's talking about it. If you had anything queued up, you gotta stop it right now, and you gotta talk about Coach Prime's contract. Well, you know that's what I'm doing. We gotta talk about it. It's no breaking news. You know I don't break no news around here. You already know about the contract. You feel me? But you come here for the perspective, because this is TLP Sports Club, the Liberian perspective. The L, Liberian, P for perspective. But as we're custom around here, let me give you the details, and you gotta stay for the perspective, because there are some mandates. There's a few things that comes with this type of contract. You feel what I'm saying? I'm also gonna give you in this video some of the contracts or coaches, you know what I'm saying, who has the best contract in college football. I'm gonna give you some of that information as well. Come on now. You ain't think I was just going to tell you about Coach Prime's contract and not give you some other juicy details about other contracts in the Big 12 or around college football? You got to watch to the middle and to the end, because I'm going to hide some information that you definitely want to stay tuned for. So let's get into it right now. First, the details, and then my perspective. Make sure you stay tuned for the perspective. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I gotta go ahead and get into this video real quick, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. And on this one, I had to pick one of my favorite writers. I had to pick Brian Howard on this one. BuffZone.com, DailyCamera.com. Coach Prime lands record-breaking contract extension with CU Buffs. Deion Sanders has been rewarded with a record-breaking contract after a transformational first 2 seasons as Colorado's head football coach. On Friday, CU Athletic Director Rick George announced a new 5-year, $54 million contract for Sanders that will make him one of the highest-paid coaches in the country. Man, hear that again. One of the highest-paid coaches in the country. This is absolutely breaking the internet. Everybody's talking about it. You gotta talk about it. If you're into the sports talk head business, if you're into the sports analysis business, you gotta be talking about this. Once again, Coach Prime breaking the internet. Put some respect on Coach Prime's name. Did I stutter? Woo! Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Man, this is a hefty contract. You got to stay tuned for the perspective. There's a lot to unpack here. The contract was unanimously approved by CU's Board of Regents on Friday morning. Coach Prime has revolutionized college football, and in doing so, has restored CU football to our rightful place as a national power, George said in a press release. This extension not only recognizes coaches' incredible accomplishments transforming our program on and off the field, it keeps him in Boulder to compete for conference and national championships in the years to come. So if you had any issues, if you've been wondering whether Coach Prime was escaping to the NFL, well, this kind of puts that all to bed, okay? You get a pillow, you get some sheets, okay? No bed bugs. Lay in this one right here. Lay this right here, okay? You gotta give the people what they want, man. Just give them what they want and then come back with the commentary. Okay, let's keep it going. The deal, which runs through the 2029 season, will pay Sanders, who was already the highest paid coach in CU history, $10 million in base and supplemental salary in 2025 and 2026, $11 million in 2027 and 2028. And get this, $12 million in 2029. Let's go over that part just one more time for the people sitting in the back, okay, of the room. The deal, which runs through the 2029 season, will pay Sanders, who was already the highest paid coach in CU history, $10 million in base and supplemental salary in 2025 and 2026, $11 million in 2027 and 2028. All right, so For 2027 and 2028, he'll be getting paid $11 million. And then in 2029, when the contract is up, he will have been earning at that point $12 million in salary. There is also the potential to earn more through incentives. There has to be incentives because when you win playoff games or you go to the conference championships, stuff like that, these incentives are also going to be linked to the mandate. These are going to be part of the mandates that I want to talk about after I'm done with the reading of the news. You feel what I'm saying? Sanders, who is 13-12 in his 2 seasons at CU, joins an exclusive club of college football coaches making 8-figure salaries. His $10.8 million yearly average ties him with Texas Steve Sarkisian for the 5th largest annual average, according to CBS Sports. Sanders is one of only 9 coaches slated to make at least $10 million in 2025, led by Georgia's Kirby Smart, who averages $13.2 million annually. And here's some excerpt right here. I'm excited for the opportunity to continue building something special here at Colorado, Sanders said in a press release. We've just scratched the surface of what this program can be. It's not just about football. It's about developing young men who are ready to take on the world. I'm committed to bringing greatness to this university on and off the field. We've got work to do, and I wouldn't want it to be anywhere else but here. And you can say that now with $54 million. You was thinking about going to Dallas. Of course it's got to be here now, boy. Stop playing with me, coach. Making history with these incredible players and this passionate fan base. Oh, we are passionate, all right, especially us bandwagon Bucks who came from Jackson State and Trinity and everywhere else, you know what I'm saying? Lastly, anybody got at least 5-bedroom home with acreage for sale? Coach Prime is already putting it out there. He needs a bigger house, okay? Sanders had 3 years and $18.3 million left on the original 5-year contract, okay? $29.5 million deal he signed after he was hired in December of 2022. That contract made him by far the highest paid coach in CU history. This new contract replaces the old deal. Here are some of the incentives. We got to go over this stuff real quickly. Incentives in the contract includes $150,000 for reaching non-regular season wins and an additional $100,000 for more wins in the regular season. $150,000 if the Buffs gets to the Big 12 title game, and $150,000 for a non-college football playoff bowl game. If CU wins the Big 12 title or gets to the college football playoffs first round, there is a $400,000 bonus. If the Buffs win the Big 12 and gets a first round bye for the college football playoffs, the bonus is $450,000. There are further bonuses if the Buffs advance in the college football playoffs, including $250,000 for winning the national title. It should be more than that, right? Hold up, wait a minute. If CU wins the Big 12 title or gets to the college football playoffs first round, there is a $400 bonus. Now, if they win the national title, then the bonus is only $250,000. So if you add getting there and getting a bye, $450,000 plus that $250, how much is that? Let's do the math. $700,000 for getting there and then winning the national title. That's basically what that means. Sanders could also get a $75,000 bonus if named Big 12 Coach of the Year and a $150,000 bonus if he is selected as the National Coach of the Year. Whew, these incentives are something else. Yes, sir. All right, so let's go ahead and get this one in. If Sanders leaves the Buffs for a professional or college job before December 31st of this year, he would owe CU $12 million in liquidated damages. That number drops to $10 million if he leaves before December 31st, 2026. $6 million before December 31st, 2027. $4 million before December 31st, 2028. And $3 million before December 31st, 2029. So that's how it breaks down, all right? Hey, man, we are locking you down, but if you want to leave, we're going to have to recoup some of that money, okay? Some of that money is going to be like John the Liquidate. I mean, that was a joke. All right? Some of that money has to be liquidated damages. So just keep those numbers in mind as far as how the money can be liquidated if Coach Prime happens to leave earlier before the 2029 or before his contract is up. Should Sanders be fired without cause, CU will owe him 75% of the remaining base and supplemental salary on the contract. So that's how it breaks down, guys. All right. All right, my commentary is coming up next, and some of the things, the implications, what this contract means, and what are some of the mandates that must be reached, and some of those type of things. I'm about to talk about them in a second, but before I do that, let me give you some comparison salaries since Coach Prime is one of the highest paid coaches right now. Let's compare some other coaches so you can put what this all means into perspective as the whole landscape of college football, because it's not just the Big 12. If you just look at just the Big 12, yeah, I get it, but we got other conferences and other coaches have won the Natty and all of that, and they have been winnings before Coach Prime even became a college coach. So what does their salaries look like? This kind of explains the gravity or the gravitas or the pull that Coach Prime really brings to the table. Now, if your other schools that probably turned Coach Prime down, you're looking at it like, dang, he did do a good job and he did bring a lot to the table, and we passed all of that up, and you wonder, why'd you do that? Anyways, let me share this information with you, and then I'll give you a short commentary on what some of this means, okay? We're going to be done real soon. I ain't going to be too long. I'm going to give you a short commentary, but you definitely want to stay tuned for that. Let's go. All right, guys, you know this stuff don't wait. You know what I'm saying? People probably had this stuff typed up. They had an inside track. As soon as they were going to get the news out, they was going to press send, and bada boom, bada bang. This information just came out. It is Friday. I'm doing this video, guys, and people have already written articles, highest paid college football coaches after Deion Sanders' new contract. So it's like, yo, people was ready to go. I'm ready to go too. So let's get you this information right here. This one is by Sanjay Singh, okay? Sanjay Singh of NCAA college football in Chicago. It looks like NBC 5 Chicago, something like that. You feel me? Let's go. Coach Prime is now making primetime coaching money. That is correct. I just gave you that information. So who is the highest paid college football coach? The highest paid college football coach is Georgia's Kirby Smart, who makes an average of $13.2 million. Smart signed a reported 10-year, $130 million deal with the Bulldogs in May of 2024. Here are the other highest paid coaches in college football. And if you've been a part of this channel, this is the type of information I've been giving you guys. I have broken this down before. But anyways, this is probably a more updated contract for 2025 going into the 2025 season. So let's go ahead and break that down. With Smart leading the way, here's a look at the top 5 highest paid college football coaches based on average annual salary via Spotrac. Y'all OGs out there who's been around here for a second, y'all let me know if that's Spotrac or Spotrac or whatever. I could be pronouncing it wrong. Please forgive me. You feel me? Anyways, we're going from top to bottom. Number 5, we got Steve Sarkisian from Texas, $10.6 million. Deion Sanders is now ranked number 4, the 4th highest paid coach in all of college football. Deion Sanders of Colorado, $10.8 million. 0.2 percentage difference there. All right. And coming in at number 3 is going to be Dabo Swinney of Clemson, $11.1 million. All right. Ryan Day of Ohio State. He just won the Natty, $12.5 million, respectfully. You feel me what I'm saying? And then obviously Kirby Smart of Georgia, $13.2 million. How much will Bill Belichick make with UNC? With Bill Belichick joining the Tar Heels in 2025, the 72-year-old signed a 5-year deal. Per the school's contract release, he is set to make $10 million a season with an extra $3.5 million available in bonuses. But of the total $10 million per year, only $1 million counts as base salary, with the other $9 million is labeled as monthly supplemental income. Okay. Who's the highest paid NFL coach? The highest paid on the list is Kansas City Chiefs Andy Reid, who makes a reported $20 million a year with 3 titles to his name in the Patrick Mahomes era. Come on now. That kind of information is worth a subscribe or something. We don't just give you breaking news here. We give you the information, the details, and then we add a little bit of sauce on top to make sure that it was worth it. But here are some implications so we can get up out of here. Coach Prime is in a situation where his best quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, and the best college football Heisman winning Travis Hunter are no longer with the Colorado Buffaloes, being paid practically $11 million, being the highest paid coach in the Big 12 now. What does this mean? You can't lay an egg, okay? You are not allowed to lay an egg, okay? You got two quarterbacks that apparently are doing pretty well in spring training, and they're doing well. They're doing the best. You got Juju Lewis, you got Kaden Salter. Those guys now have a little bit of extra pressure on them because of this contract, and it's going to be extra hate for them. Oh, you want to be the highest paid? We're going to test you. You know that's coming too, right? You did understand that was going to be part of it, right? Okay, now you got the highest paid coach in the Big 12. You got to play like it. You ain't got no choice. Your coach is the highest paid coach in the Big 12. Does he deserve it? I believe he deserves it because of what he brings to the table. Like Pretty Ricky said in his press release, Coach Prime, what he brings to the table, how he has transformed this program. I have talked about this. My mouth is hurting. You know what I'm saying? I have talked about this until my mouth is hurting. No, that's not what made my mouth hurt. You feel me? Because I got, teeth surgery and all of that. That's why you see my jaws a little swollen. But that's not why we here. I ain't trying to gain no sympathy from y'all. The only sympathy I need from y'all is likes, comments, and subscribe. That's the only sympathy I need from y'all. But y'all already doing that, so I thank you for doing that. But yeah, the mandates are simple and they're clear. If you don't understand the mandate, I'll give you a few. You got to win at least 9 games. You ain't got no choice. You got to appear in somebody's bowl game. That's a simple ask. We're not giving you $11 million to sit down and lay an egg, okay? Eggs prices are high, but they're not $11 million, okay? I understand the price of eggs. They're very high, but they are not worth $11 million. You are not allowed to lay one golden egg. Your mandate is to win now. You must win. Does Coach Prime have the team to win now? If you're telling the truth, this is a question for y'all out there. Y'all that are watching, y'all that are paying attention. Does Coach Prime have the team to win now? Because you can't take a break or a year off. This money means that we trust you. We're making you the highest paid coach in the Big 12, but it's going to come with some things. You got to win. Other teams and other coaches, everybody's getting the news, so people are going to be talking about it. Yes, there's going to be another bullseye on your back. These players have to show up and play. And this is how sports go. All right? Y'all the biggest thing in town. Everybody's talking about y'all. Y'all always breaking the internet no matter what happens. I got this news when I was at work. I couldn't do anything about it until I got off work and I had to record the video. You know what I'm saying? I can't even talk the regular way that I talk. I can't bring the Harry B, the TLP funk, the loudness, the rah, rah, rah. I can't even do that the way that I really want to do it because I just had surgery, on my teeth and stuff like that. But you can still feel the energy because I really want to spaz like I usually do on these videos when something great happens to Prime that we all follow because that's why we're bandwagon busts in the first place. But now you got to win. You got 2 quarterbacks, Kaden Salter, who probably going to be QB number 1. Word on the street is he's taking a lot of reps, you know what I'm saying, on the first team. You got Juju Lewis, who's the young boy. The young bull is 17 years old. He got a little bit of learning to do. Just like Shedeur, when he goes to the NFL, he's going to possibly, if he goes to the Giants, he's definitely going to be under somebody's tutelage. You feel me? So he probably ain't going to start. Now, if he goes to the Browns, he starts. But Lord, that's a graveyard. You don't want to go to the Browns. You go to the Browns, it's a graveyard. They're going to bury your career, all right? They are looking to bury you in your career. All that legendary stuff you're doing, you'll be lucky if you put up a picky after they're done with you. You ain't going to be able to do nothing. But yeah, implications. Targets on your back again. All right. People going to be gunning for you. A lot of people going to be gunning for y'all. What that money says is that you got one of the best coaches in the sport. He's number 4. For you to earn that much, for you to be earning that much, you got to show it. So these players, Cash Cleveland, Jordan Seaton, all you running backs, Cam Michael, all you guys that are still there, I want you to listen to me. This money is a target for y'all. It's going to be a red target on your back. You have to win. If Coach Prime laying eggs in 2 years in a row, he's out of there. It's just that simple. Even with the name Prime, you cannot lay an egg 2 years in a row. So if y'all take a year off because you ain't got no Travis Hunter, you ain't got no Shedeur, and these quarterbacks are running for their lives, we We ain't got no offensive line. The defensive line sucks. We can't do nothing. If we come and we lay an egg in 2025, we're going to be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We lost a lot. Most people don't want to talk about it. The people that are responsible for this type of information, they don't want to talk about what it really means to lose the Heisman, and nobody wants to talk about it. I guarantee you it's going to be something that everybody's talking about. If a golden egg is laid, if an $11 million egg is laid, that's the one thing that I hate about sports commentary. You know, everybody's like Monday morning quarterbacking, picking up, okay, everything is always great. You never want to take a look behind the curtain, who we're losing. You don't want to take a look at it because you're all Colorado fans, you're Colorado pundits or talking heads or analysts, and everything's going to be great. We're going to win all the games, right? But then if an egg is laid, then we want to peel it back and say, well, I mean, now we want to look at we lost a Heisman. We lost another Heisman candidate. Whatever they go in the draft, we're going to be talking about that. We lost a number 1 overall draft pick. If it's Travis Hunter or Shador, I mean, then everything's going to come out. I'm not saying Colorado is going to lose. I'm just saying it's time for us to talk about the implications, what everything means. Put it all on the table. Don't be afraid of the fan base. They're going to hate you regardless. Don't worry, because I want to talk about the stuff that is necessary to talk about in the game of college football. When you lose the type of talent that you're losing, the Heisman hopeful, Heisman candidate, when you lose that kind of talent, replacing them is going to be very hard. You got to think about who's coming in, all right? And then the other players that are leaving, like the Jimmy Horns, the LeJante Westers, the wide receivers that we're losing, the defensive linemen that we're losing, all of those are hard to replace, especially now with this NIL situation in college football. There's so many different moving parts that it's very hard to find viable replacements because everybody's asking for the bag. See, you can't have that much money left for the bag or in the bag when they're giving Coach Prime as much money as they gave him. If you remember, for staff, you think Marshall Faulk is going to be coming in here asking for $2? Nah, he's going to need to get paid. These gold jackets cost money. How much money is left over for you to pay some of the highest going linemen, running backs, and you ain't got much left over. So do we have enough in the chamber to win? Time will tell. But I'm going to leave it right there, guys, and let's talk more about this in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Can Colorado win with what they got? Is there a target on their back like I think is going to be because of this amount? Because now if you have the highest paid coach, you got to put up or shut up. It's just that simple. I'm going to leave it right there. Let me hear from you in the comments. Let's go to the comments and let's duke it out. Peace.